Hello, I'm Tina with Gems, Paper, Scissors. I am an independent consultant with Close to My Heart.
This
This
afternoon,
afternoon, I am inviting you to join me with a few cards. And normally today would be one of my open crop days. Sorry, I'm trying not to, itch my face. Anyways, normally I would be doing an open crop, and at 1:30 typically I do guided card making and or open up my card buffet. So in my card buffet I have anywhere from 10 to 20 different cards. Although I'm going to be changing this. I'm going to do my open crop only once or twice a year after this. The coronavirus and life in general gets a bit out of control. And so, I'm adapting with the times. Anyways, I'm going to shift my view. And the first card I'm going to make is a very simple card that I'm actually not going to do. So this is the basis of this card. And it's a little sad. It's sending strength and prayers. And it's all darker colors. And I wanted to show you that this yesterday and today paper pack doesn't have to be dark and just ancestral genealogy, black, gray, brown type of a scale. And so although I am using darker colors, it's not the only colors I'm going to use. I'm going to show you how just changing things up a little bit can truly change the feel of this pack. So for this particular example, I'm going to use sangria. And it's not my favorite card, but I like it a lot. Because of how much I'm going to be eating, I'm going to use my strawberries that I have laying around. And I'm going to get it pretty juicy. I turned my usual mat over, so I have the sponge side up. And because I'm doing a lot of messier work, I put my messier mat down. And so just going to run this along and really start getting it to pop. And you might not be able to tell it until I start layering things on. And that's just fine. So again, I hope everybody is doing all right with this coronavirus aspect. If you're under the advisory of stay at home, stay safe, or whatever you want your government is calling it, I hope that you're doing well with it. I have had quite the adventures. My standard day thing is I run an in-home childcare, and there are only a handful of us actually legally licensed to be open and taking care of the frontline families' needs. So with the limitations on shopping and groceries, availability, and of course the ever needed toilet paper and sanitizing products, it's been an adventure to say the least. And there's been a learning curve, and so far it hasn't been horrible, but it is exhausting. Sanitizing and taking temperatures and changing rooms fairly frequently, which isn't a huge problem because I have a large house and large for a city dwelling, a larger piece of property. And so we go outside quite a bit and stay pretty active. But there's also the added challenge of I have pre-existing conditions such as diabetes, and
prescriptions, medication for diabetes and pharmacy stuff is a bit of a challenge. So, like I went
without one of my prescriptions for
several
weeks,
weeks,
almost a month before they finally got it in.
And so I've had an interesting time of it. Pretty good. Ended up with an infection that needed to be taken care of, and I had to go in for that. Again, doctor's appointments. Wow, that is such a different experience if you have to go in versus a meeting. Because everybody's trying to social distance and keep contaminants down, and so it's been an interesting thing so far. But it's all working out, and kind of wishing I had a little bit more time for my creativity. But on the other hand, I'm really happy and proud that I have the opportunity to help support our frontline people, whether it's my medical staff families or my food service and farming and agriculture families, and my vet techs. So although it's an interesting ride, it's definitely something pretty cool, and I'm really glad that I could be a supportive staff for that. So yeah. If you have any questions, or just want to say hi or chat on here, feel free. I'm currently doing this live both on YouTube as well as Facebook. So if I reply to somebody, I will try to read what they said before I make a comment back, so that if you're not seeing it, you'll know what I'm talking about. So let's see. I'm going to use the yesterday and today card making stamp set for this. It's just kind of seems appropriate. So kind of still keeping with the initial concept of doing this bird. I could have used the thin cut to actually cut the bird out instead of doing what I'm going to do, which is I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut this and do the bird in espresso. And it's going to take a few minutes to dry. I chose to grab the pigment-based ink because I want it to be just a little bit thicker. And so I'll set that aside before I cut it. And I have my ever-present stamp chamois side sitting in my salt cellar. So I especially take the time with the pigment-based ink to do a fairly good, thorough tidy, because it just gets a little gloppier if I don't. So, and then I'm going to take this really cute little flower and stamp it also in the sangria on this fabulous little mink colored paper. I'm just going to stamp it pretty randomly. But it's going to help add that little splash of color. That helps brighten and change the feel of this particular paper pack. That looks about right.
Okay.
And again,
I'm going to use my stamp sheet.
I am
not always this good about keeping up on tidying as I go, and
it shows at times. So, okay. So I'll use my handy dandy tape runner and slowly start adding my components. This is a fairly easy card to make. As long as you don't get too hung up on is it spaced just perfectly. I'm not worrying about it. If I was, I'd have my ruler or I'd have a second mat with grid. But truth be told, I think this is going to turn out just fine without being quite that particular. I've been making an awful lot of cards and sending them on a fairly regular basis through this whole shelter at home and trying to social distance. People I know have a hard time with social anxiety, but being all alone also triggers depression and more anxiety. So just letting people know that I'm thinking about them helps them and me. That's already starting to have more of a pop. Let's see. I'm going to use with this particular set my Dreams Take Flight, because I'm going to have this fabulous little bird, and I'm going to pair it up with a really cute saying of let dreams take flight. And I think I'm going to add some little accents on the side. Nothing terribly fancy. Again, these are really simple cards. Can make them fairly quick. And just to lighten this up a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and do this little scribble on each side and coffee. Thought about doing it in like paprika, but I want something light. So, that did turn out quite nice. Quite nice. And again, it doesn't take a lot to change the feel of a project just by changing color tones. So I'm hoping by showing a few examples of this that we'll get some really good ideas. Yeah. I'm gonna use 3D foam tape to help give this a little bit of lift. And although I said that I was going to bring a waste bag over, I forgot. That's okay. I've got enough space today for what I'm doing. I'm not going to worry about it. Then I'll fussy cut my little bird here. I'm not going to be too fussy, just a little bit. You know, the Thin
Thin
cuts
cuts
are
are
nice
nice
because
because
they're
they're
fairly
fairly
precise for the
precise for the
stamp
stamp
set.
set.
But
But
sometimes
sometimes by the time you pull
out
out
everything
everything
you
you
need,
need,
I
I
just
just
choose
choose
not
not
to do
to
it
do it
for a
for a
project for
project for
whatever
whatever
reason,
reason,
such as
such
this
as this
bird.
bird.
Normally
Normally
I'd
I'd
have
have
music going by
by
now,
now,
but
but
I keep
I keep
forgetting.
forgetting.
Sort of my
Day,
day.
I think.
So, going ahead and add
just a
tiny
tiny
little
dot
dot
of
of
thicker
thicker 3D
3D
foam
foam
tape
tape
so
so
it'll
it'll
sit
sit
above
above
my
my
sentiment.
sentiment.
It could
It
be the
could be the
same,
same, but again, I
like
really like adding
dimension,
and part of that is having varying heights of
embellishments
embellishments and sentiments and items.
So,
Trying
to figure out if I want
it on this side,
over here. No, it's kind of fun little challenge
figuring out exactly how I want things.
So after trying
on both sides,
I
definitely like it better
over here. I can get the
get
wing
the higher.
I can get the tail to do a little bit of
an overlap.
And then
I'm going to
embellish this with
some
gold
glitter
gems. Not a bunch,
just a couple.
Two or three. And I really like using my scissors to lift my elements off, place them exactly where I want them, so that they don't
stick and wobble and
go astray. There. There it is. Very simple, fast, adding the sangria helps strengthen this layout. And really actually quite pleased with it. Probably send it to somebody this week. Quickly do a little tiny tidy up since if I don't, I just misplace things and get frustrated with what I'm doing. And not really what I like to do. I don't like working in a messy space. I like being able to reach over and grab what I'm after in fairly short order. Part of that comes with the fact that I'm in a very, very small space allocated for my crafting time. Which has its pluses and has its minuses. So, as we all know. For our second card, I'm going to do
another pretty easy, basic card
using the same paper pack. I'm going to make a little bit of a pile up here of pieces and potentials.
Okay, so I think I'm going to accent in paprika this time. Again, I'm just taking something that's a little bit darker or mild in color and changing it just a tiny bit so that it becomes more eye-catching. If you're watching, feel free to say hi. If you've got questions, go ahead and ask. Again, I'm going to use our sponge dauber, and I'm going to get it nice and juicy with this paprika ink before I get going too far. And I'm going to make sure to ink up all of my primary pieces that I'm going to be using. I seem to be having people come in and then drop out. Not sure why, but that's okay. Fantastic thing about doing a live video versus in person is this gets to fit your schedule as well as mine. Now I could be just running these along my ink pad. I kind of wanted the brush over for this particular project. So I chose to use the sponge dauber, although you could use a regular stamping sponge and get the same effect for a very economical way to get this done. Also take a file or a emery board and rough up the edges or the edge of your scissors. There's a lot of fun ways to get a lot of dimension on your projects while keeping your primary materials within what you're confident that you'll use or want. Or if you're like many, you kind of created a collection. This particular project is utilizing a paper pack, but that's current, but you're not limited to this. You can completely do a similar project using whatever you have on hand. So never feel that you're locked in and trapped to watching my videos to say, oh, well, she's doing this on yesterday and today paper, so that's what I have to do. I'm not a hard sell person. I do this because I'm passionate about it and it gives me great joy to share this. So that's what I do. And since I already have my ink out, I'm going to grab my flower stamp and stamp that. And then I'll take a look and pick a sentiment. I really want this nice and juicy. Oh, that's quite a nice little dusty rose of a flower. The original example of this is using the espresso ink, and it's pretty, but it's darker and And I like changing things up a little.
So,
and again, they used the sympathy aspect of the package. And I'm really not in the mood to be that sad. So I'm not doing it.
I'm
mixing 2 stamp sets. One with a gorgeous batch of basic images, and then the other one has some pretty good images, but also fantastic sentiments. And so I'm having fun mixing them together. I'm going to do my sentiments this time. Life is a grand adventure. That's kind of the motto of my family's life. We love rafting and hiking and camping, and many of us have a draw to see the world and experience as much as we can. So it seems a very appropriate sentiment for this particular card. So then time to put it all together and see what we come up with. Using my handy dandy tape runner. It won't that way. I'm intentionally leaving a little bit of gapping at the top because it helps give extra dimension and openness without having too much white space. So there we go. Then let's see here. I'm going to attach the background. And then I will lift off my sentiment by using some foam tape again. I'm going to use the thin 3D foam tape. And then I'll use the thicker 3D foam tape for the flower. And probably add some more gold sparkly gems. Most likely. And I don't really like this wood trim part. I'm going to actually tuck it underneath the top framework. And I'm just figuring out how far I want it. There. And I'll fussy cut my flower. At which point this card is almost finished, and then I have just one more card to walk you through, and I will share one more that's just a quick show and tell using the same stamp set of the next card. Mostly because I really love it, and I'm trying to use it as much as I possibly can before it goes away.
at which point I'm sure close to my heart will
bring
bring
out
out a replacement that I just have to love as much, if not more, because they're really good at knowing
what
what
many
of us love and enjoy and treasure.
So
So
I
I
try
try
not.
not to get too hung up on the new, but
The
the
Operation
Operation
Smile
Smile
stamps
stamps tend to be pretty high
there
up there on my list of I love it.
So
So
again,
again,
I'm
I'm going to use the thick standard 3D foam tape. You could use some of our dimensional 3D dots, or if you've been doing any of our shaker cards,
then
then
frequently
frequently you have leftover 3D foam tape from that.
but
But I am currently
out from
from
last
last time I
I did,
did shaker cards,
which
which is delightful when I think about it, because it means that I've been happily just crafting away.
So, oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah, that's super nice.
and
And again,
again,
I'm gonna add probably another 3 little
gold
gold
glitter
glitter
gems.
gems just to give it a polished look. So. There.
So life
is a grand adventure. Using the pack break head just really livens up this very simple card. Adding the gold sparkle
glitter
gems again adds another fun element. Having the different heights on this card makes it very visually dimensional. So again, fantastically fun, fast card. I'm going to move that stack of ink. I am completely changing our color palette.
So I'm going to show you how
to make
the
super fun card
with all of its
crazy little moving parts. This is typically a card that I would have in my card buffet. It's very mobile and moving and fun. Opens and closes. So you end up having many layers for opportunities to stamp and ink. I am generally not a pink kind of person, but I was doing this for somebody, and they really like pink, and they really do not like my preferred color for this set, which is purple or the eggplant. So again, if you would like the measurements on all of the card stock, I will be happy to share it with you. All you have to do is message me. So first thing I'm going to do is the inside part. I'm going to ink a paint splotch off of the D8817. No. Let's see here. What is this? D1887. Strokes of an artist. And I'm going to use the good size one. I'm going to do this in ballerina. I think the last one, my example I did with Pixie, and not bad. Not in love with it. Not, I don't know. It's pink. Lots of people love pink. I think it's
it's just a lot of
pink.
pink. And I thought about changing that out to like the glacier with the pink background, but
I decided
against it, and that's okay too.
Really
fantastic part about
stamping
and inking
is if you don't
like it the first time, do it different the next.
And see,
and just keep going. I mean, somebody loves this. I had a lot of people really like this
when I
was doing a project with a small group.
And so I think if you like
pink, it's probably a fantastic card. I actually do love this card, but I'd love it more if it was in purple or purples and greens, vibrant yellow. But I still like this one, just not necessarily love it. Just for you.
Maybe
I'm going to be sending hugs.
I'll do
the flowers.
Sending hugs. Put that off to the
side.
And then I'll go ahead and add some flowers. Or I can do hearts. It's kind of a nice spring feel. I'm just going to do that
in my archival black.
So it'll
nicely pop with this light
ballerina
background.
As you can
see. I really like that much better than I like the pixie. Pixie was too dark for me. And
some people
clean all their stamps when they're done. I do that. I'm more prone to forgetting to do it at all. So just clean as you go is how I do it. Whatever works for you. I also find I lose these tiny little stamps a little less if I keep it tidy as I go. And I'll just put this onto my card base, which is a raspberry card base. Okay. Now comes some of the adventure of this card. Because of the way that the layers work. So I put this particular base onto the main card. And then in order to do this, have folds. So, and these folds end up creating layers. So in order to get this layering just right, I typically fold this at 2 inches and then another quarter inch, at which point it gives me my folds at the right spots. So if I had my paper trimmer, I would use that. But I don't. So I'm going to wing it. How's that for a plan? Because it doesn't have to be exactly perfect. But it does have to fold in order
for this
to open and close, because it's the main mechanism that makes this entire piece function. Then the other part of this, again, normally I do this on my paper trimmer,
but it's not really
necessary. Is I have to create a slit.
So
I have a choice of having
this side up or this side up.
And as you can tell, I really prefer the later. But
flip it over
and do one on the dark side. Okay. So
what I do is I take a pen and mark precisely where I want to cut. And that way, when I make the cut, I don't make it necessarily too big or too small. There. You could do it with a pencil. You could do it on the back side. It really doesn't matter so long as you can find it. So and because I know that this is just under, it's 2 inches wide, then I cut it to just about 2 inches. You can do it with an X-Acto knife. You can do it on the track of your paper trimmer. You can pretty much do it wherever. I mean, this isn't perfection. It's just making an opening so that you can thread this through. So that your mechanism works. So as you can tell, I made a nice simple little slit for my mechanism to slide through. And it's not quite wide enough, so I'm going to just open it up just a little bit more. Yeah, much better. So ultimately, that will go just about there for when it's open versus closed. And we're going to use our basic everyday tape runner. To attach it to our base. And again, this doesn't have to be perfect, but if you do get into the space where your mechanism needs to move, it's pretty easy to just rub off the eraser and narrow it down a little. So that it still works. So if you make a mistake like I just did, it's okay. It's not the end. You don't have to recut everything and start over or feel upset. It's all okay. So next, I'm going to stamp our sentimental thing after I quickly do. I don't like a lot of white space, so I tend to do a lot of doodles. Although I didn't do that in the last couple of cards. I'll probably do it as I'm writing in them. And I'm going ahead and ink blot
this again
using
the
ballerina. And then
I'll add the flower
and
and
sentiment
to the inside of this little flap.
I like
cards that move.
So I do them
often, it seems.
It gave
It gave
me
me a challenge, and I especially like challenges.
my nature. And I could take
this moment and color that,
but I think I'm
going to leave it plain this time.
I mean, I could. I'm going to head and color
the flower with the raspberry.
I'll use
the shimmer pen. It'll add a nice little sparkle when people open this.
I'm not going to
do
do
the leaf though. I kind of
feel
that need.
Although you
definitely could.
Or I could have
done the leaf and left the flower open, I suppose. But
let's see. And I'll do
just for you. I want it to be curved.
And the
fantastic thing about these stamps
is
even if they start off
as
more of a straight line,
they bend.
So I can just as easily curve this
around
so that
it fits around
my flower.
So
these are far less limping than a standard rubber stamp. And because they are made with the way they are also latex free, which is fantastic for people like me who have horrible allergies.
So here we go.
I'm going to pull this out right now because I need to add this to several things.
I need to
add some adhesive, and I want it to be super strong adhesive. You can use our standard tape runner, but this is a moving piece, and I want it to really stick. So I use an old roll bookbinding type of adhesive, and so that's just kind of what I prefer.
And then hang on while I grab paper. So this gets attached
right here.
So I'm going to
butt it up
so that it's just
flush. This little piece ends up being taped down. Like so.
And then it goes
in the slot. Now that I've got my larger piece where I want it, I can line it up, open it up,
And
And then all I want is a tiny bit of adhesive on the edge. So that when I pull it, it opens. And that's how you have this working mechanism. And that's all there is to it. I'm going to go on ahead and do the last stamp, which is my favorite. Super adorable. We have this wonderful Operation Smile set. I think this, I liked my puppy. I think this time I'm going to go on ahead and do the cat. Yeah, I don't know, cat or fox. We'll see. I'm going to edge this first and then do my ink blot or artist stain or whatever you want to call it. I just call it a paint splotch or an ink blot. And I tend to use our journaling pens. I love our 0.03 in both the gray and the black. They're a nice thickness. And then one splotch with my ballerina ink. At which point my artist little splot is all done for this project. It doesn't make it terribly dark, but it does just help it pop. Try to put my stamp back into their envelopes when I'm done, so that I'm not constantly scrambling going, what am I doing? Where does this go? Because I'm horrible at that. I decided for the little woodland critter dude, because I think he's adorable. And this is our Operation Smile stamp. So proceeds from this go to help fund our Operation Smile fundraising, which helps children that are born with cleft palates in third world countries receive the services they need, and we help fund several operations every year. That's super cool seeing the videos and reading the stories about the children and how it changes them and how it really helps their nutrition and their abilities in life. So I don't know. I always try and help support Operation Smile when I can. Voila. That is this fun moving card. Simple, fun, enjoyable card. And then I'm not going to show you how to make this or walk you through it, but I really wanted to share another card. And this is also using the Operation Smile stamp set and our current mix-ins. Although, truthfully, pick the colors you like. Use some of your scraps from your scrap bin if you have any. I normally don't. And just really have fun with this. I had fun quickly doing this little strip here and then using a thin cut to cut a circle and then cutting that circle smaller and offsetting it. Just really has a fun, playful feel about it. So I keep thinking about adding some sparkle to it, some glitter gems or sparkles, but I don't quite do it yet.
really
Really
like it.
like it.
Anyways,
Anyways,
I
I've
had
had
fun
fun
crafting,
crafting with you today,
and
and I look
forward
forward
to
to
being back
being back
on
on
Tuesday.
Tuesday to teach a technique.
So
So that'll be
6
6
o'clock
o'clock Pacific
time,
time in the evening,
and
and I will talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye.